Hey guys, Masad Ahmed here, Certified Financial Planner, and today we're going to talk about paying off your mortgage versus doing extra retirement savings. So you have a little bit extra cash, maybe you had a tax refund or you just paid off a loan or something like that. A lot of people wonder what you should do with your extra cash. Should I dump it on my mortgage to pay it off early, or should I start being a little more serious about my retirement savings? Well, I've calculated this 100 different ways with 100 different scenarios, and all of the math points in the same direction. Now, if you're a conservative investor and your expected rate of return on your investments is lower than your expected mortgage rates, by all means, pay off your mortgage. You'll be richer because of it. If your expected rates of returns are comparable to your expected mortgage rates, there is no advantage to doing one earlier or later or a mix of either one in between. You'll end up with about the same thing by the time you retire, right? If all external factors are taken off the table, same amount of years, same amount of cash flow, same amount of contributions, everything, all else being equal, if your rates of returns are the same, there's no advantage to doing one versus the other in that manner. Now, the minute your expected rates of returns are higher than your expected mortgage rates, you are better off putting your money into your savings, retirement savings, the sooner the better. You'll be richer because of it in the long run, and the earlier you start, the better the spread will be, and the greater your expected rate of return, the higher expected rate of return vis-a-vis your mortgage rates, the more significant the difference is, the more significant the advantage is. And historically, if you're a moderate to aggressive investor, you've been rewarded, meaning that your rates of return have actually been considerably higher than your mortgage rates. And we can probably safely assume that over the next 20, 30 years, that trend will likely to continue. So that's the mathematics. And those mathematics I've been calculating without any additional retirement planning. So there's been no RSP tax savings taken into account, no other strategies that would simply inflate the advantage of saving early vis-a-vis paying off your mortgage. So if we just look at the general concept though of retirement versus your mortgage, your mortgage you're going to pay off at some point eventually. Unless you keep taking on debt and you keep remortgaging or you keep buying bigger and bigger houses, you're probably going to have your mortgage paid off in a decent amount of time. Now you should have the goal of having your mortgage paid off before you retire, and in a perfect world, even have it paid off before your kids would go to university. Because that's going to cost you a small fortune as well, and you might be able to use the extra cash flow for that. But it's a goal that you are very likely to achieve. Versus retirement, your retirement income goals are so much more significant than your mortgage balance, it's ridiculous. It's probably 4, 5, could be up to 6 times bigger than your mortgage balance. And it's a goal that a lot of people are unlikely to actually achieve. So if you don't consider the math at all, just the concept of these two things would point towards why would I put my extra cash flow into a goal I'm likely to achieve versus freaking out and putting all my money towards the goal I'm unlikely to achieve that is so large. So literally, you have to start earlier than later to take retirement savings seriously. Yes, your mortgage balance seems like a big sum of money right now, but when you see how much it's going to cost you to actually live off your retirement savings, you're likely to change your tune as to what becomes more important and what you should be throwing your extra cash flow towards sooner than later. So if you have any questions regarding this or anything else vis-a-vis your finances, visit masadabyon.ca, and remember, great advice is just a click away. Cheers, guys.